Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Jill and today I'm going to be doing my June/mid-July haul. So let's get started. I wasn't planning on doing a June book haul because I actually hadn't acquired that many books in June, or so I thought. But then when I started writing them all down, I actually decided that I had a pretty big bunch of books that I could show you. I only bought 3 actually, and the rest of them are a bunch of ARCs that I actually ended up picking up from my local bookstore. So I actually have a lot of books to show you guys that I kind of forgot that I acquired. So obviously this is going up a little bit late if I would consider it a June book haul, but so I'm calling it a June/mid-July book haul because it is going to be almost mid-July when I upload this. So yeah. Another reason why I'm doing this haul right now is because I'm expecting to get a bunch of books like for the upcoming school year, and just my birthday's coming up soon, so I just thought that I would get all these books out of the way so that I'm not having like a huge humongous haul in a few weeks. So yeah, let's just get started before I start rambling.
And don't you love, oh my gosh, it's not gonna focus, is it? And don't you love my temporary tattoo of the stars? It actually came as a little star pack for the Star Touched Queen, which I will talk about in a minute, but I'm pretending that it is a symbol of a court of mist and fury. The Night Court. The Night Court!
The first 2 books I have I bought at the very beginning of June, and that is Bang and Gas by Lisa McMahon. These are the second and third book in the Crash/Visions trilogy. I read the first book in this series, Crash, back a few months ago, and I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it. Someone from my book club actually recommended these books to me, but I wasn't expecting to enjoy it, but I really did. Basically, if you don't know the first book, Crash follows a girl named Jules, and she basically keeps seeing this vision over and over again about this truck crashing into this restaurant and 9 body bags in the snow, and as she keeps seeing this vision over and over again, she actually ends up seeing someone that she loves and cares about, and she has to basically warn him that she is seeing this vision and all these different stuff. And these next 2 books follow what happens after the first book. So I thought to pick up these next 2 books, and they actually are both in a hardcover, and I got them used and super cheap, so that's a plus. I think both of them were like $5, so it was a steal. It was a pretty big deal. So yeah, I got these 2. But like previously mentioned, I have the Star Touched Queen by Roshani Chofsky, where the tattoo came from. This book has been going around a lot. This is actually my book club book for July, and it basically, I know that it deals with Indian mythology, and it deals with horoscopes and about this bad horoscope and this queen, obviously a Star Touched Queen. Yeah. So I'm not exactly completely sure what it's about, but I'm excited because I'm going to probably be starting this book in a couple days. So yeah, I'm excited. And now into the ARCs that I got from my local bookstore. I got a ton of really good ARCs this month. I was really excited. First book I have is A Shadow Bright and Burning by Jessica Cluess, and this is probably the one that I'm most excited about just because this has been on my Goodreads new releases shelf and my want to read shelf for the longest time, and I think the cover is so beautiful, and I'm just going to read the little blurb on the back.
It says, I am Henrietta Howe, the first female sorcerer in ages, the girl who can control flames, the one who will defeat the ancients, the prophesized one. Or am I? It sounds so cool.
I think it's about like fire. She can burst into flames, and it's in Victorian London. Yes. Nice. Nice. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it sounds pretty damn cool to me. I'm excited. The next one I have is 3 Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake. I know that this has been going around YouTube a lot just because of BEA, and people have been getting this book. And this basically follows 3 different queens. These, I don't know, are they like triplets? I don't know if they're triplets, but they're 3 different queens, and they basically have all these different unique powers, and they have to fight to the death for the throne, and it sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty cool, and I'm excited because, like I said, lots of people were talking about this because of BEA, and I actually have the ARC of it, so The next book I got was actually Arc of the Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson, and I got this arc actually after the actual book came out, but no matter, I have the arc of it, and it's so huge, and I know the hardcover is really, really pretty, but I really love the arc too. It's really pretty, and I'm excited to get into this. I've heard sort of mixed things about it. I've read her Since You've Been Gone book last year, and I enjoyed it good enough. I haven't read any of her other books, but I'm excited to get into this because the dog's on the cover, and I know some people that I trust have really liked it, so yeah, I'm excited. Next book I have is Three Truths and a Lie by Brent Hartinger, and I've already read this book, and it was so unexpectedly amazing. It is basically a psychological thriller. It follows these 4 different teenagers as they go into the woods to a cabin, and shit goes down, and it sounds sort of generic.
Like 4 teenagers go into the woods and they are in a cabin and, you know, there's bad stuff happening to them.
It sounds pretty generic, and it sort of was, but the ending was absolutely, it threw me through a whirl. I think I threw this book at the wall, and whatever. And, you know, I'll be talking about this more, my thoughts about, all my in detail thoughts about it, but honestly, it is a thrilling, wonderful read, and it comes out in August. When this comes out, I would definitely recommend it. So the next book I have is Irie and Bone by Julie Eschbau. I don't know that name. Okay, so I've already read this book. I actually finished it today, and I will talk about it more in my wrap-up, but it is a prehistoric with allusions to Pride and Prejudice. It basically follows this family and these clans in the, oh geez, I don't even know what era it is, but it's like the Ice Age. It's hunting at the foot of the Great Ice. It's like a prehistoric thing, and there's mammoths and tigers, and yeah, I didn't really like it. I'll talk about it more in my wrap-up, but it was kind of disappointing. But the concept is really cool. Really cool concept. And next up, a book that I was really excited to get, and that is Julia Vanishes by Katherine Egan, and I know that this book is, I thought it was a horror book. I actually had a chance to get this book months ago, but I thought that it was a horror story because, I mean, it looks like a horror book to me, and I am not a fan of horror at all. So, but then I saw Jessie the Reader actually talking about what this book is actually about, and I thought, that sounds actually pretty darn cool. I'm going to try it out. And it basically follows this girl, Julia, and she is a spy because she has a superpower to be unseen. She doesn't become, like, invisible, but she becomes unseen. And I guess she is a spy, and she's a thief, and she does stuff with it.
Can't you tell I'm like really good at summaries? Like, so like she's a thief and she does stuff. I haven't read this yet, so I don't know.
The next book I got, I'm actually very upset about, and that is The Swan Riders by Irie and Bone. So, this one's an interesting tale. If you see in teeny tiny letters down here, it says the sequel to The Scorpion Rules. I didn't see that until like 3 days after I got home from getting this one. I didn't know it was a sequel. I read the back. Nowhere does it say it's a sequel other than right down here under the author. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with this. I was actually wanting to maybe pick up the first book because it sounds really cool, but I'm not really sure. It really makes me mad when I, like, you know, because I have this box of arcs, right? And I'm just sort of grabbing them, and I'm so excited because a box of arcs, right? I mean, you would be excited too. And so I sort of look at the covers, and I'm like, that looks really cool. And I look at the back, and I look at the first time, I was like, that sounds really cool. And so then I get them, and I don't realize that they're actually sequels to books that I don't have and had no interest in reading. But I might pick up the first one actually for this series because this has happened actually more than once to me. But yeah. It sounds cool. I guess I don't even know what the series is about, honestly. But the line that got me is on the back of this book. It says, no longer princess, no longer hostage, no longer human. And I was like, that's me. That's my kind of book. So we'll see if I actually end up picking up the first book in this. Other than that, I don't know what I'm going to do. The next book I have is The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid, and this was another sort of cover grab for me. I've seen this book a lot over on barnesandnoble.com, and so I picked it up and it sounded really cool. The summary sounds sort of confusing, so I'm just going to read it because as we've already witnessed, I'm not very good at summaries. But it says, nothing can prepare you for Nemesis. A Diabolic is ruthless, a Diabolic is powerful, a Diabolic has a single task. Kill in order to protect the person you've been created for. For Nemesis, that person is Sidonia, heir to the Galactic Senate. But when the power-mad Emperor summons Sidonia to the Galactic Court as a hostage, there is only one way for Nemesis to protect Sidonia. She must become her. Now one of the galaxy's most dangerous weapons is masquerading amidst wow, I can't stop, politicians and two-faced senators' children, and Nemesis must find within herself the only thing that she's been told she doesn't have: humanity. Wow, that was a struggle to read that, so I hope that made sense. Sounds really cool. Actually, after reading that summary, I actually kind of want to pick this up right now because that sounds really freaking cool. That sounds really cool. I mean, and the cover is very pretty. I mean, it's real pretty. And finally, I have Boy Robot by Simon Curtis. This book is about a boy robot. His name is Isaac, and basically he has to go through all these different things of being like a government man-made synthetic human produced as a weapon and now hunted, marked for termination. It's pretty big. It's like one of the big arcs that are like really floppy or whatever. I don't know, I really like the cover and I really like the concept, so I decided to pick it up. I actually completely spaced this book, but good thing I caught it before like the sun went down or anything. I also actually got It Gets Worse, a collection of essays by Shane Dawson. This is the sequel to his first sort of collection of essays. I read it like a few months ago and I enjoyed it, and so I picked up the arc of his next book because I love Shane. He has a channel on YouTube if you didn't know, and so yeah, I also got this book. So yeah guys, that was my June/mid-July haul. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I know most of them were arcs, and I got a lot of arcs, honestly. I mean, let me just put it in a scenario. If you have a box of free arcs just in front of you, what are you gonna do? You're gonna pick as many as you can carry, even if they're sequels. Even if they're sequels to books that you haven't read yet. Okay, so yeah, thanks again for watching. Please comment down below if you are excited for any of these books or if you have read any of these books. I would love to hear your feedback. Give this video, not this book, give this book a like if you will. Give this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!